I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service. I can tell you right now, dog, I'm going to be sweaty. I got on all these layers in our interrogation room.
Air conditioning's not on because we turned it off.
Yeah.
Because we turned the heat on. So I'm feeling nuts.
I'm feeling nuts. I'm feeling
I don't have my glasses.
I'm feeling like I need to do a juice cleanse and just eat vegetables for like 6 weeks.
That seems like a good idea for you.
Dude.
Separately, then whatever.
You know what I might do? I might look into a fruitarian diet for a week. Just eating fruit, raw fruit.
Can I? You don't need to do these extremes. Just eat healthier for 1 week, and then maybe you see if you always want to go from first to fucking fourth immediately, and it's like there's no reason for that. Like no one's requiring this of you. Now you're leaving. You didn't even give me a warning that I gotta keep it up. You just did something that reminded me of a funny story really quick. While I have to vamp. You just, inside of a text thread that we were on, asked someone to get you a steak, and you thought it would be like funny, and then you immediately said in the text, "I thought that would be funny." Never mind.
Yeah.
And
because it'd be in the delivery, it's how you say it.
They asked like, "Oh, can I get you anything else, or can I have anything ready?" Blah blah blah, and you were like, "Oh, I'll take a T-bone steak." Blah blah blah. It's okay. So joke didn't land. I get what you're saying, but it reminded me of this time when we had to do. There's like a couple funny elements to this. We get like randomly assigned groups in school to do in
college,
in
high
health.
school.
This was middle school.
Okay,
middle school. I think it was middle school. We have to do, and you can do one or two things. You can either write like a 20-page report, so automatically like whatever the next thing is, because I'm not doing that. It was like you make a video.
Yeah.
And it had to be about like these different like things, and like somebody would be like the lymphatic system, or like the brain function, all these specific like health related topics. Me and my best friend, I won't name him, got paired together, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah. But then we realized, oh, it has to be 3, so we ended up getting assigned this other random kid who was a weirdo. Like we liked him, but he was just a weird kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he gets on our team thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to pick out of a basket to pick the thing you're going to be assigned to. So we already say like, oh, we'll do a video. Like me and my best friend, we make videos all the time. This will be fun. Picks it out of a hat. I don't think I've ever told this on the podcast. And we get the reproductive system, and it was like, oh, man, you couldn't have picked worst 3 guys to have the reproduction. Yeah. So we do the video. The videos are relevant at this point. It is like a funny element if I wanted to go down this direction with the story, because like the opening shot was this. It was somebody dribbling up and then doing a layup, and then when you zoom in, the backdrop of the backboard, said the reproductive system just like written on a piece of computer paper, and that was the intro, and then we like played music over it.
Yeah,
so stupid. The rest of it was so dumb. And my best friend had to go through STDs.
Sick.
And like this is a kid who like couldn't say the word sex, you know what I mean, without feeling embarrassed. So he does, the video is him at a pool table as if that's his desk, with a suit on top. He's got basketball shorts below, and he just goes, he has the papers of the stuff he has to say, and it's all just like explaining what the STDs are, and he does it straight, just reading it as fast as he can, just chlamydia, blah 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 blah, and he's just trying. He's beat red. You can tell he's like sweating because it's like he can't do this. Anyway, we're over, and my friend's mom's like, hey, you wanted me to make you a snack or anything? Is there anything we can whip up for you? And apples, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And he goes, I'll take a steak. And she goes, oh, haha. And he goes, yeah, I'll have a steak. And she was like, oh, I don't know if we have that. And she goes, no, I went in the refrigerator earlier. I saw it. And she was like, well, that's like and he goes, oh, it's just the only thing I can have from what I saw that you had. And it was like, we were mortified. We were like, couldn't believe that someone was behaving this way.
This was the wild card.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his mom like made it, and he just sat there and like ate a steak.
Dude.
It was truly like one of the more like insane things I've ever seen a kid do.
Oh, dude.
Anyway, sorry, it was longer than the quick vamp.
Dude, kids are fucking crazy. Well, I
already took a look.
I looked earlier.
I already took a look.
I already know what you got. I can't have the other things. So I'll take the steak.
I saw it in there. Crazy. So anyway, today is
spooky episode.
Spooky episode. We should have played spooky intro music. Maybe I can make like a. I'm not going to do it. We don't have time. I'll put like a door creaking and like a cat meowing or whatever. That you just do the thing. So what we're going to do is we've had 3 stories chosen.
Yes.
For that like these are your spooky stories.
Yep.
We're going to listen to them and talk about them or whatever. Mostly we just wanted to hear them. I do think that we should do a little work up front here before we get into this.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not just hop right in.
I just wanted people to know you've entered the spooky episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're here now. So let's go through non-spooky topics. Do you have anything that you wanted to talk about right away?
Not much has happened since we last podcasted on Monday. At the time of this going, the pre-order will have closed for Engineered Garments, so thank you for that, guys. We will resume that.
It will reopen once things deliver, and any available inventory at that point would be available for immediate shipment. You have to get in there and try to scoop up your sizes quick, but that will happen. We just don't have an exact date on that.
Yep.
Everybody who's purchased, if you've purchased, it will, as soon as things arrive, should be, fingers crossed, hopefully next week, we start seeing some things go out. Won't be every single thing, but, little by little things will go out as we have available.
Yep. Got a bunch of things working, a lot of wheels turning, so once we're able to, we'll get what we can out. You know what? At time of this airing, we will be elsewhere. Do you want to say where?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think you do either.
No.
We are going to an undisclosed location. Maybe we'll disclose it later.
Yeah.
We haven't decided. We have to see what kind of time we have before we start disclosing our whereabouts.
Yeah.
But we have a little trip planned we got a little, a little celebration that we're attending.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll fill people in.
Going to a couple little this and that for work. So it'll be fun. Yeah. No, product wise, we can say Real McCoy's landed today. I don't know when it'll be online. We've got Easy Mock. Our shipment of Easy Mock has come. Shout out Brendan. We love you.
We'll talk to him.
Come visit us
in a second.
He's going to actually be featured in this episode. So please come visit us and hang out with us. We'd like to take you out to dinner. Maybe we could go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something of the like. We have...
Hey, quick shout out to the Doc Martens team for sending us over some.
Here.
We loved the Lols from this season. We sold out of them super fast. That's gonna be the seller. But there we go. Yep, yeah. So if you weren't sure, if you were on the fence about buying them, I'm sure that just put you over the edge. Anyway, those shoes rule. So they sent us a pair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm breaking them in now.
I think that's the best new Doc Marten I've seen in a
while.
Love.
And listen, man, tan suede is kind of like my shit. I have the Wallabies that I wear in that color. I have the Birks that are a darker but similar color.
Those are light years different colors, but I'll rock with you on this.
To me, brown is tan and tan is khaki, and it's all the same.
Mildly colorblind. Anyway,
I'm mildly colorblind. My dad is, I think, full colorblind. As a kid, he would tell me how in school he had to read crayons to know what to color the sky, know what color to color the grass, because he knew grass is green, knew sky is blue, but he can't see them. And he would tell me it's mostly, he could look at something and say, I think that's red, but I'm not 100% sure, because he just knew over time that shade is what people call red. You know what I mean? But it's so I'm not colorblind by any means, but I do think an orange is a red and a pink, all of that in particular is really hard for me. That Capital bandana is orange through and through to me. I can't imagine something more orange. And when I said that to you guys were like, that's about as red as it gets.
I mean, I think that it's like an orangey tinged red, but it still reads red.
To me, it's orange through and through. Yeah. If you, I would label it just straight up orange. So anyway, there's some shades. Anyway, tan suede's my shit. So yeah, for real, thank you for sending those out. That was a real sweet treat to come up on. Yeah. Those are fucking dope. I'm breaking them in now. Listen, nobody said Docs are the easiest shoe to break in, and you gotta put them on like
not the hardest shoe to break in, but
they're not the easiest either. So I'm trying to put some wearing on them so they can be my stompers through winter. Because you know what, I forgot how much I like the Doc sole, the support it gives that you're not going to get in a Vans or a Birkenstock, dude.
I bought those Our Legacies. and I haven't had like a proper boot in a little bit. I used to exclusively wear boots all through winters, all through summer, like just boots. But something happened where I was like, I just can't do this anymore. Yeah. I think it was not working in that specific industry for a little bit, and I was like, I'm not going to wear boots for a long time. And I've gotten back on the train, and one thing I've really realized is like, I need to be putting insoles in my shoes. So I bought a pair. I've put them where? Just regular. I don't need anything specific, dude. I just got like a regular, like, I don't remember what it was, like something well reviewed on Amazon. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I paid like $20 for it, you know?
Sure.
Makes a huge difference.
And you had enough room to make it work too.
Because they're those ones are kind of tall. I actually size down in those, to be honest with you. I don't normally do that, but I size down a little bit.
So working at Red Wing, that's part of how I got into this world, where I worked at Red Wing in college, both out here and in Ohio. In Colorado, because it's different between franchisee and a corporate store, you only made commission on inserts. So I was pushing the inserts hard. You know what I mean?
What do
you
only
made commission on inserts.
Why?
I don't know. They were pushing them hard internally.
A huge markup or something?
I think it was the markup. If I remember correctly, $35, $40 could even be closer to $60. And they'd have you stand on this little rickety ass little Dance Revolution looking pad, more or less, and then it would tell you what inserts you were. They only had 3 or 4 options. So you know what I'm saying? It's like you're a small, medium, large, or XL, more or less. There wasn't all that much variation between the inserts.
The truly psychotic thing is, like, of most boots, at least the ones that I sold and the ones I knew of that were similar, like, if you pull the actual leather insole up and look underneath, it is like a pad that is like a millimeter thick, and that's all there is underneath those things. And yeah, does the leather sort of form to you and whatever, but there's no like impact help at all.
No, dude.
You know? It's crazy.
But the Docs have the Airwear sole. You know what I'm saying? These have support and they have give. And I notice that I feel better on my back when I'm wearing something like a newer Birkenstock. Now, you got to break in the hill, too. You know what I mean? But with these, once these are broken in, they feel good. They are good for, like, an all-day shoe.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. I don't disagree. I mean, they're heavy, really like that.
They're heavy, but the sole offers support and some bounciness and some give. So, anyway, shout out to Doc Martens crew for that. That's, for real, really sweet. We love gifts.
Yeah. And actually, we have a little bit, I was able to squeak a little restock of those in, so hopefully that'll be here soon, too.
Right on.
There you go.
So other things we got out there. I said Real McCoys. We've got a couple sweaters from Bardo. We've got, goodness, man, I have been sleeping like shit still, but I can't even express why.
I feel like I've been
get back into it.
I'm close to breaking out of the jet lag, but I'm not. I'm not fully there either.
Yeah, and I've been drinking so much coffee. Listen, I must be in that percentage of people that caffeine just doesn't affect them.
I never notice it. And I know people say that do it a lot or whatever. I notice that I'll get a headache if I don't do it, but that's about the equivalent.
That's my third coffee today. I could drink 3 more, and I could drink 3 more between 7 and 9 p.m. and I'd still go to bed at 10:30. Like,
the only reason I stopped, because I used to drink like a black coffee, like at least something from like, you know, a little quick guy. I drink one of those most of the time at night, like after dinner. It didn't bother me at all. I never, and my dad always did it and shit. And granted, he slept like shit, so I don't know why I'm using him as the example, but the only reason I stopped was because of it gives me a little bit of restless legs stuff. Yeah, and I already have that, so it kind of makes it worse. I don't do that for that reason. I have been doing a little matcha in the evening though. That seems to be like a nice, you know, in betweener. Like it's caffeine, but it's not. If it's a lot, I don't notice it, and it doesn't bother me as much. So
when we go out to restaurants, the offer. I love an espresso after dinner. I just love that. I think that's really
I just do a coffee with dinner sometimes. It really throws off. If you really want to throw off a staff and order like you're at a diner, I like doing that sometimes.
Yeah. Damn, you know what? I just miss going to diners and shit, man. You know, pre-COVID life was great. I've been enabled to be my full self, i.e. not going places, getting shit delivered, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, I really miss going into like a Steak and Shake at 11:30 with your buddies kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm more saying in high school at this point.
I'm hitting a point in my life where staying up till 11:30 is tough.
Which is, you used to be up till 3.
I just get up early now, dude. I'm up at 5. I'm up at 6. You know what I mean? Like,
sick.
I'm just up early, so it doesn't, you know, it's hard. Which has also been bad because of the jet lag, I haven't like gone to the movies, stuff I want to see. I'm behind. Things were in theaters and already out, and now I can't. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah. Japan messed me all up on my movie schedule.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm behind right now. So I apologize that I haven't weighed in on everything that's going on in
don't
film
worry.
right now.
We'll catch our boy up.
Yeah, I'll get there when we get back. We had like these back-to-back trips sort of that we knew we needed to deal with, and then we've got stuff the weekend after that I don't want to say just yet because we're not fully committed to it, but probably another in-store like event kind of thing that people wait for. So that I'm sure you'll get it from there. But we got that going on right after that, and then into the holiday, and it's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's all good.
Yeah, I really am not looking forward to being back on a plane, but should be.
I'm fine. This is an easy one, brother.
Yeah,
this is an easy one. This is by the time you get up, you start going back down.
I will fall asleep on it, no problem.
I mean, I probably would fall asleep on this one easier than I would, all the other ones. Because that one, it's just like, I'm up, I'm down, we're out, we're moving. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, the other ones, it's like, I know, it's like I got to reset. I got to get off this one, get on to the next one. There's no, it's much less. It's very chill.
All right. Okay. What else do we got here? We got Hoka's are over there on the table. Bardo, Real McCoys, Stussy, Lady White came the other day. Double RL came the other day.
Rugby tees. I know people have been asking. Short
Rugby
sleeve
tees
and the long sleeve.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Long sleeve and short sleeve. That's about it. We'll keep you updated on the EG stuff. Yesterday? That's the stuff that came yesterday.
There was other stuff that we already went through. I don't know. Just keep an eye on the new arrivals. We're getting stuff up as fast as we can.
Yeah, we're finally getting on top of it. We were kind of swamped coming home. We're getting back on top of it. Let's real quick. Let's do a catch up because we didn't on the last pod. What'd you get into this weekend? Because I kicked it with Abby and Gia on Sunday, but
nothing on Sunday. I just zoned out I have not listen. Everyone likes being with their family. No one is with their family more than I am. You know what I mean? Nobody.
I will attest to that.
If someone thinks they're with their family more than I am, shout them out. I'll put my hours down because we are together. We are together. First of all, in Japan, obviously, we were together for those however long we were together the entire time, never separated.
Yep.
We get up together. We drop Gia off together. We go to the gym together.
We as in you and Abby.
Yeah, we come here and work together. We go get Gia. We come. We don't really we're always together.
You and Abby have been together ever since you moved. I mean, you guys have been married for 40 years already. Yeah. But you guys have been together every day since I started being an employee here.
We also do everything together.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's all the time.
Yeah.
It's very rare that we have alone time. And we don't have a huge place, and we keep having issues with our kid sleeping in bed with us again. So, you know what I mean? Well, it's not really. It's because we went to Japan and had to, and then, we're going on another trip and have to. But so we've been in a bad schedule. But, at the same time, I get very little alone time, and I kind of need it in life.
Oh, I completely understand.
It's the only way I can organize all the files I've spread around my brain. So I didn't do much of anything. I clean up. I prep some stuff for the week for food. I do very boring, slow things. I listen to my tapes, lay on the couch, take a long shower.
Love it.
Nothing exciting.
You need it, dude. You need it.
Oh, I went to the flea market on Saturday because I had this great old record player that I got years ago. There was this amazing flea market in Indiana that we used to go to all the time. And I've gotten reel-to-reel players for $18, and I had multiple record players for so cheap, and all this. They had all this great old electronic, and no one wanted it. Yeah. And so I had this great one though. It was all wood paneled, all lit up, really pretty.
Oh, sick.
Had the top loader, so you load the record on, and then it drops it down and does the automatic arm, and it was really cool, and I loved it, and it sounded really good for being old, and it was perfectly kept. Technically had an ashtray built into it.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I just love this thing, but it has given us way too many troubles. There is no more fixing this at this point. It's just too old. And to be fair, it's survived 7 moves and has been with us since we were 20. So maybe earlier. It might have been 19. So it served its life, but it just died. So we needed a new one, and we got really lucky because there's this one flea market we go to in town, and they tend to have this one booth that's all gear stuff, and we got really lucky that I needed an amp for my cassette player because I got this great TI cassette player that goes for $400 or $500 online that I got for $30 for some dude on Facebook Marketplace. It's in pristine condition as if nobody ever used it before. But it needs an amplifier. I didn't have that because we used to run it to this other system, and I needed a new amp. I needed a new thing, and I was and my only thing with vintage stuff, I just try to buy made in Japan.
Yeah.
So luckily went in, had both of those things, marked at good prices, got a great new record player, a turntable, and got a new amp, and it's all set up. And I love to set that kind of stuff up, and then go in there with the Q-tips and clean them all up, the vintage stuff.
Yeah, detail it up. Yeah, sure.
So it was fun. So we got a whole new setup.
Nice.
Yep.
Anything else out that way or no?
No. I went to the farmer's market. I just, it was
regular.
Yeah, just regular stuff. Nothing exciting. Yeah. What about you?
We have a buddy in town, our buddy Nico, who you've met before, and he was in town with his girlfriend, and they were doing some national park stuff, but we kicked it with them. So Saturday, we what did we do? We linked up. We went to an apple orchard out by us. Hadn't been before, out in Longmont. Really, really, really cute. Pet a horse for the first time. Oh. Saw some chickens. Saw some donkeys.
Wild.
Got some apples, some pears, and some cider. The container is unbelievable. It's a big glass container, so you know that I'm going to save that and put some plants in it. Apples, I'm happy to report. You don't really give a shit about apple varieties, do you? Did you have any growing up that you were particular about?
Not like a Fuji.
A Fuji?
Nothing, nothing thrilling.
Yeah. There would always be...
I like a green more than people normally do. You know what I mean?
See, that's interesting.
My main consumption of apples is apples and peanut butter at night for a snack.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. I mean, we don't do it with peanut butter. We eat an apple almost every night and have for the majority of our relationship. We have a fruit together at night, primarily
that's
apples.
So cute.
Well, it's just what we do.
No, but I don't
that's
like it
how
at all.
That's how we consume it all the time. But growing up in Ohio, we would always have Cortland apples. That was something that was growing in Northeast Ohio. Cortland.
Ooh, fancy. Cortland.
No, these are just they were just normal.
What do you think the fanciest apple is?
The ones we should have gotten them in Japan. I believe they're a Fuji variety, but they grow in such a way that's special. And then before they're sent to markets, they're washed in honey, so they're very luxe and very big and shiny and of a certain way, similar.
I was just thinking regular ass ones. Which one would be the fanciest? I was thinking a classic teacher apple. those ones that taste
Red
like
Delicious,
garbage.
Disgusting.
It looks the most fancy though.
Because they're coated in wax, man. That's what gives them that sheen.
What do I care? I'm not eating any of that shit. I eat
those
Fuji
are the worst apples.
Sometimes maybe.
I'd rather never have an apple again in my life than eat a Red Delicious.
Fucking judge me from fucking apple I've never eaten in my life.
You like green ones. You like the yellow ones?
I do like a green
like an opal?
Yeah, it's fine.
All
I want it to be is crunchy and kind of sour, more or less,
which
tart.
is nice with peanut butter too.
That's all I'm doing it with. What else are you eating? What are you, the apple plain is the only other version. What are you gonna? I'm not cooking it. Cooked fruit is disgusting to me. Hot fruit is no. Hot fruit, sweet meat. No.
I agree with
disgusting to me. Yeah, I don't like any version. Somebody in Discord is gonna drop me. What about this thing? I don't like any of it.
No,
done. You know what I mean?
Sweet
hot
meat.
Fruit, yuck. Sweet meat, yuck.
Yeah.
For me personally, if you like it, then really great.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
Sugar bee would be, in my opinion, the most luxurious apple. I really like those.
I only know basically I know by feeling it how crunchy it would be. I feel like that's because if you put your finger in it just a little bit, you can tell if it
has
drops.
A little, I know what you're saying, like styrofoam ones. The pears, though, I'm happy to report. I'll pick you up soon if we go again this weekend.
Yeah, I like a pear.
The red Bartlett variety, very, very, very good. About as fragrant as a pear can be. You know what I mean? You walk in the kitchen, you can smell it. Love, love, love. Other than that, we took it easy. We got some pizza, just kicked it at the house, threw around a football, and then Sunday we went out to Coop's house, jumped on the trampoline. I gotta stop jumping on the trampoline so much. I jump, in your
knees gone.
Bro, I jump like I'm Gia's age. I was out there for, I'm not kidding, at least 4.5 hours on that trampoline, playing our random yard games, throwing the football. Got the Uni pizza oven bopping. It needs a good cleaning already because we made an absolute mess with it. But it worked. It was
going to be a thing.
It worked. We figured out some strategy around it. We were just making the dough too thick.
What kind of toppings were you doing?
Cheese, sauce, just regular mozzarella, pepperoni or sausage, and then some That's about it. Rye, shout out Dry Storage, he was putting hot honey on it, and I just think that's disgusting and offensive. Honey is disgusting and offensive.
I've been thinking that maybe I should retry it, because I tried it once and was like, no. But now it's so popular that I also don't want to try it because of that. But I do feel like maybe I need to give it a second opportunity in life. Yeah. Or maybe I just need to put it on something different.
Yeah.
But
it makes everything it touches inedible, in my opinion. We went to me and my buddies went golfing out in Longmont. I took them to this spot in Longmont, this nice pizza spot that I really like. And I was like, listen, guys, I don't think we should fuck around. I think we should just get the pepperoni. Just get the pepperoni. It's like Detroit style pizza, so like almost it's thick. You know what I'm saying? Square. And long story short, everybody wanted this one with hot honey. Nobody ate that pizza because the hot honey was fucking disgusting. It makes everything sweet and sticky and gross.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just separate them. Pizza's not supposed to be sweet at all. Mm-hmm. There needs to be no sweet toppings, thoughts, nothing. Just it shouldn't be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? So anyway.
All right.
So I took another loss in Dynasty football, and that's about it, buddy. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend to chill. Didn't do much chilling though. Spent a lot of time on that trampoline, but.
What do you think we do about this? I'm going to switch topics because I don't care about this anymore. What do you think we do about this? I was looking at the New York Times style section as I do.
Yeah.
And they say, they say what they say, but, it says they've got this thing with oversized coats are the season's biggest trend. And listen, it's a vague, blah, blah, blah. But it got me thinking because I was in the store the other day trying on that Lemaire work shirt, the like mauve-y one that I was like, I don't need this.
Pearl Snap?
Yeah, I tried it on. I was like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah, it's dope.
And but I also put on the long version of I tried on that short version of that, like kind of camel colored jacket because I really like the fabric, and I had the long one.
The long one
there.
is luxurious.
And I was like, let me put this on. I want to see how long it is. And I put it on. And I was like, man, I want this. You know what I mean? But like, I'm so frustrated by the long jacket now in my life. I was a guy who wore a vintage Burberry trench and a vintage, some camel hair jacket I got somewhere. Majority of my time in Chicago, I wore those two things. You know what I mean?
I know the camel hair one you're talking about.
And I loved those jackets. I wore them all the time, and I wore them into the ground. And I loved a long jacket. I had like some sort of like moon fabric one, like a tweed one that was really great. I had like several. I loved it. I loved this. I love the look of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, now with like more oversized being popular, they're like more perfect for that whole look than ever.
Yeah.
But I like can't pull the trigger on one for some reason because I know you feel the same. I want to be a long coat person again, but I don't know what to do because I don't walk anywhere. You know what I mean? I mean, I walk, but I don't like. You know what I mean? Like I'm in they're an annoying thing in the car. Everyone who's ever like didn't realize how tightly you sat on the jacket and start driving, and then you can't get it out from under your ass to like because you feel like you're getting yanked back in the car.
Yeah, bro.
That's the worst feeling. So
you got it all
like,
fucking weird. Yeah. All crunched up behind you in the seat. Yeah. No, I'm with you. And my mind goes to like, well, you could walk to work. You could. To wear a long coat, which is silly.
The reality is I can't. I hear what you're saying. Yes, if I didn't do anything else and all I had to do was just walk out my house when it was time for work, that's great. But I have to drop my kid off at school and then I go to the gym and then I'd have to come park the car and then walk to work. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't make sense. So it's I could, yes, occasionally.
Yeah.
And when we do, but the problem is when we go to Japan, we never go during like when it's actually cold. And
I'm not even sure it even gets cold there, man.
LA, it doesn't get cold enough. New York, we only go to every once in a blue moon, so it's like I just can't. Like I want to justify it so badly, but I want somebody to hear this and be like, "Here's how you should think about it," and then I'd be like, "Okay, I want to rethink this, but I can't like justify it in my head."
Yeah,
what do you do with it?
Get the coat. I want it too, man. I want that quilted deli coat from Ordinary Fits. I don't even look at long coats anymore because I walk from my front door, that is spitting distance to my car. A little Honda Civic, by the way. It's not like a big car where you have room. You know what I mean? It's a little Honda Civic.
Even if you had room, there's nothing to do. You sit on the thing and you feel
it's
good.
Just not feasible. It's not feasible. And I'm not going to travel and have a long coat take up half my fucking suitcase because you got to fold it down four layers. It's got
to be on you unless you take it off and put it in the back seat.
You got to live in New York. You got to live in Chicago. You got to live in.
I don't think you have to. I mean, obviously, there's people that like are doing like different, various like. Let's say you're a realtor, you know what I mean, and you walk around, you got to be outside of that car.
Sure.
Like there's things
there's
where this makes sense.
Yeah.
I just like can't. It's like in my general day-to-day life, I like can't justify it, and I very much want to, but I don't know what to do. It sucks.
I played the game for years, buddy.
It sucks. What are people doing? What are people doing? Somebody give me your advice on this. You know what I mean? Like what like bring a. I don't
maybe,
know. I don't know what the
maybe
advice would be.
somebody would say, "Oh, I wear it when I go to the farmer's market on the weekends when it's chilly," and it's like, for me, I can break it down pretty easily. Everything I do has to have a reasonable amount. I have to reasonably be able to wear a fucking ton or offer a very specific utility that I will be happy to use, i.e. the North Face rain jacket. You know what I mean? When it's pouring rain and I'm about to leave in the morning, I will be happy to put that on because it serves there's utility. It serves a function. So even if I don't wear it daily, it serves a function for that specific day. For me, having a coat that I wear on the weekends when it's chilly enough and I plan to be walking around outside long enough that it warrants it is so few and far between, I can't justify it. But I'm also a person that walks from their car to an indoor, air-conditioned or heated environment, back from my car, back to my driveway into my house. So there is no commuting. There's hardly any time spent walking outside.
See, I don't need all these crazy rules. For me, it's more just like, if I get it, I like it and I'll want to wear it, but like I can't, like functionally, it's a problematic piece all the time, and that's where I land on the whole thing.
That's where I'm at too. But I have rules too. Mm-hmm. I'm down to break them. I got shit that I don't wear. No, I don't. I wear everything a lot. So anyway.
That's a little OCD ass.
Yeah.
Okay, let's as if I don't have that problem too. Let's get into it. I think we've started.
We've been cruising for a little bit. Yeah.
I think it's time to get into some spooky stuff. No, once again, I didn't mean to bump my thing. We asked for user submissions of spooky things that have happened to them. This could be anything. We don't know what these are, right? Did you listen to them?
I didn't listen to any of them.
You didn't listen to any of them?
No, I think we should start with Brendan's.
We're gonna start with Brendan's. He didn't technically submit, but we're gonna force submit.
He just knows that we like this.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull up the text he sent. You've seen this video, and it was shocking to you. I have not seen the video. I'm low key scared of it at this point.
Brother, it's one of those ones where, and he has a long explanation of these. He didn't take the video, but it's from his friends. And long story short, go ahead and watch the video.
Okay,
and we'll ask him if we could drop this in. Maybe we could drop it in Discord.
Ugh. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna watch this video. I'm gonna try to talk it through.
Yeah.
Do I need the sound on?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to talk it through while I'm watching it. So it's like there's this girl that's dancing.
She's playing the ring game that's on a string and you got to get it to land.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So right when go ahead.
Okay, I'm watching. Okay, it stopped. What did I miss?
Okay.
What am I supposed to be looking
watch
at?
right when the ring gets to the thing when the camera pans over.
Oh!
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Isn't that
oh my
just
god.
haunting?
Oh my god.
So the camera pans over to what would be the hook on the wall.
Ugh, I don't want this on my phone.
No.
Ew.
And he swears.
Brendan.
So the hook on the line swings over to what the ring on the line swings over to what would be the hook on the wall. As it does that, the very left side of the screen has the corner of a doorway. It looks like an arched doorway that goes to another part of the room.
Yeah.
As it pans over, there's a figure, and then you can see the figure move behind the wall.
Why do they always have old-timey sleep clothes on? Why do they always look like a girl who went to a Casey Musgrave show? You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Let me look at it one more time.
Isn't that haunting?
I hate looking at it.
Yeah.
Ew.
I had Machine freaked out. Bro.
What else could it have been? What's the reasonable answer here?
There is two answers, period. One is it's one of the girl's friends or somebody had broken into their... It's either a friend or somebody broke into their house. There's an actual physical body in there.
Okay, so they're living in the walls type shit? You know, we've listened to those podcasts before where they got somebody living in the attic or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or in the basement.
It's a terrible time to come out.
Exactly. And then they saw the camera pan, or it's a ghost. I'm not...
But it has cryptoral form. That's a full... That isn't even a see-through situation.
Bro, and it's...
That's no Casper.
That's no Casper. But... It's
Isn't it crazy that he had brothers named Fatso, Stinky, and something else? They were dicks to him.
They wouldn't have liked that.
Okay, well, I don't like that. That's a terrible start to this.
Brendan, when you hear this, if maybe we'll just text you in the thread. If it's okay, we'd like to drop it in the Discord.
If it's not, we're not going to push. We don't care that much. But it is like, it's just imagine like any apartment you've been into in like Chicago, New York, LA. It's just like, the wood floors, got the old the oval cutouts in the doorways, and there's the bathroom in the middle with 2 rooms off to either side. Like I know what this apartment looks like. You know what I mean? They're playing around. They're trying to get this thing. They're goofing around, and then there's like a little creep. Like I said, it looks like you know what
it looks like is like the Ring Girl.
It looks like the Ring Girl if she was like a background singer in Father John Misty.
Yeah, in like a peach sleeping gown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
See her head. She's got black hair.
Black hair looks all like kind of like wet, matted down kind of situation.
It didn't
really
look
weird
wet to
man.
me, but it looked kind of big. Like she got a little volume on it.
You think?
Yeah, she got the Nashville treatment to it.
Wait,
they did her.
What the Eastbound and Down bit? I gotta do this shit my fucking self.
Yeah, wait, bitch, I gotta do this shit myself. Yeah, puff it up, make it look good. Oh yeah, she had her shit puffed up. Okay, that's awful.
So,
oh my god,
that's haunting, Brendan. Thank you for sending that over. And please, if you got it, my email, chase@shopcanoe club. Send me videos, things that are spooky. We just like to consume the content. I'm okay. Even if you hoax my ass, if it's good. I just like the story.
I will say that is the freakiest real thing I've ever been sent. Like not real, like you know what I mean, but like a friend sent it to me. This wasn't like on scary things from around the internet or whatever.
If they set it up, they did a good job.
They did a great job.
It feels like they pan the camera over like this and then just come back. It was just, let's just see. It didn't seem like they lingered on that shot to show you this thing. It just so happens.
Why those ghosts always got their jammies on though? That is a weird thing. You're like, why aren't they? They're never wearing like normal clothes. You know what I mean?
God, that's so funny.
What kind of kit you think you want to haunt people in? Fucking dirty ass nails tee and fatigues.
My ratty ass.
Just
nails
imagine.
tee.
Can you imagine a ghost that just has like Vans Authentics on?
A beanie.
He just looks like a buddy.
Fatigues.
Yeah, he's got plugs. You're like, what the fuck?
Girl drops the thing. Also, they have Trailer Park Boys on in the background, which is hilarious.
It looks like I'd have fun at that party. Okay,
bro.
Let's get into it. Let's listen to the first. Okay. Let's listen to the first one.
Got it.
Golly, Ned, Brendan. All right, here we go. First one. 3, 2, 1.
All right, hey, what's up, guys? Here is my freaky story. So when I was a kid, we used to live in this home built in the 60s, which was honestly pretty normal. But looking back, things definitely got weird when we were starting to move. So we spent most of our time on the second floor, but my parents would watch TV or do laundry on the main level. And some months before moving, they'd start hearing scratching or like loud bangs. And on multiple occasions, my dad would try to open the guest room door, but it would suddenly be locked from the inside. And when he finally got inside, the light would be on and flickering. So that felt weird to him, despite none of us being into anything paranormal. And yeah, the thing that happened to me that still freaks me out was actually a few weeks before moving. So I was in bed with my mom who was reading a book when out of nowhere, a giant green face popped up from the foot of my bed. I immediately freaked out and ducked under my blanket, but right before I made it down, I also noticed my mom throw a pillow at it, and she still remembers this. And I eventually woke up in the middle of the night and suddenly had my blanket being pulled from the foot of my bed. I was still able to move, but I was freaking out, so I clutched it tight under my body while still clearly feeling the blanket being pulled. And I was freaked out. We all shared stories recently, so it's obvious something was weird, but we still can't explain it. And that was my story. Hope you're all doing well, and then I wish you all a good spoopy season. Thanks again. Shout out to the store. Love you guys. Shout out to the Discord.
Hell yeah. Love you
Hell
too.
Yeah.
Number one, we should have been doing this the whole time. This should be the podcast. It's better than talking about clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple things to break down. Here's the thing I never understand with ghost stuff. A lot of it I don't understand. But why are they able to bang on stuff? If they're like not there in our dimension or whatever, what are they using to bang around or knock shit down? How do they touch it?
We're thinking of it.
They can just touch it a little?
We're thinking of it in the wrong way. We're thinking
Why are they always knocking shit down too? Like, can you imagine? You can walk anywhere you want in this room, but you keep knocking things down?
To get attention. To bring attention.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, again, we're looking at it as if there's a linear way of being. You know what I'm saying? We're thinking of it
no,
like
expand.
like I don't know, like Plato's cave. Do you know that?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
Like you think you see the shadows on the wall, you think everything out there is so big, but it's just the way the light's being projected. You know what I'm saying? It's like a paradox. So we're just thinking of it in terms of like, you know, you throw a basketball, it bounces off the hoop and whatever. Because that's what we're bound
and it says
by
reproductive
here.
system.
Reproductive system. It's you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I never understand the banging around and shit. Where it's like, why don't you just be like, hey, and I go, and I'm gonna go, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's always like
you never hear about talking with ghosts.
No, and it's also just like, just do whatever the hell you want to do. I just don't want to I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes for, quite frankly, real life people too, in most situations where like, do whatever you want. I just don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
It's like having guests over that are too needy. That's a little bit where it's like, ghosts, come on. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do this. If you want to hang out, take the space, but like, I'm not going to get shit for you.
If you come over to my house and you want shit, I'm telling you, I need you to just get up and go through the fridge and go through the cupboard. Mm-hmm. If it's there, you're welcome to it. I'll even cook it for you, but I'm not going to curate.
Yeah,
I got what I got.
Cultivate
and you're
your own
to
experience.
It. Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the
like
love
we go
of
to
God.
Coop's house, I'm digging through that fridge to see what they got. And I expect the same from him. And he comes to my house.
And the whole thing is you're just like really bored. It's like, well, why are you involving me?
Yeah,
you know
don't involve me. I got work to do.
I don't want to do it. I want to be doing nothing. You know what I mean? We're trying to get to the point where we get to do nothing,
bro.
You know?
You're preaching to the choir. Here's the thing too. It's validated by their mom's experience. The mom threw a pillow at
That's
it.
a separate story, right? That's
in
the
the
green.
bed. In the bed.
Why was it green? I've never heard that before. Green?
It's like the Twin Peaks scene,
like
but the guy's
alien?
face is green. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That guy, I don't like the look of that guy. It's because of his hair, not his face.
You know how that scene came about, right? He was part of the camera crew, and he was ducked down at the front of the bed to try to get a shot or something, and he literally scared the actress so much so that they worked it into the script. He wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
He just, the way that he was
already freaky.
Like she actually screamed.
Yeah.
And so then they just worked that in to be part of the script, and he became a part of the story.
Yeah.
Through that. That's the lore I've been told. Anyway, the mom throwing a pillow at it.
I love that moms will always just be like, no, nothing happened. After something crazy, it's like, no, we got to deal with this now.
Yeah,
we got to talk about this.
yeah.
I don't understand why it was green. What kind of green? Are you talking about like The Mask?
If we're talking about The Mask,
you should have just invited him in. He would have done like a song and dance and
reply in the Discord about green. Like,
I want to know like what's when you say a green face? Are you just talking like
Slime Man from Ghostbusters?
Slimer,
Little Slimer.
So does he look like Slimer? Did he look like The Mask? Did he look like a classic alien, like the one from Spencer's Gifts that has the dreads and blunt?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Take me to your dealer.
Yeah, take me to your dealer.
He's tight.
That's sick. We need to take me to your dealer poster in here.
Yeah, we do.
Like I just want to know, like, what was the face looking like? Did it look like when the dog from The Mask put the mask on?
Mm-hmm. I can still picture that dog.
Yeah, look at Wishbone.
That's his name.
Well, it looked like Frasier's dog, whatever that kind of dog is.
Never seen Frasier.
You'd love it. Yeah, interesting. That's freaky.
Yeah.
Did the pillow connect?
Oh yeah, or did it like skirt by it?
Yeah. What happens if they've got cryptoral form in that way, and you throw a pillow, and you get them? Does it move around? Are they like, oh shit?
You know what? It reminds me of that Otherworld episode. Are you up on Otherworld or no?
I jump in, jump out.
There was a two-parter of these girls and their mom, I want to say in like the Netherlands or something. And shit from like they were on vacation. They were in another house somewhere elsewhere from where they lived full time. And like they swear that like objects that they had at the old house had like fallen through the ceiling in front of them or appeared in the room next to them. But like it was like their spare house key that they left for their friend for their house while they were out of town, like came flying across the room or something, and like it was like the house
Abby
key.
Organizes things. Ghost couldn't even confuse me on that front. I'd be like, I don't know what she's doing.
maybe Abby has 7 of those. Yeah. Like I just don't know.
Well, interesting that.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
We both when you said green face, we're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Now it's getting good. Yeah. Oh, and then it moved things. I don't like them moving stuff that's on me. Do you know what I mean? I don't want someone touching my face or fucking with me at all.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Okay. All right. Crazy.
Number 2.
All right, number 2.
All right, quick story. We got 90 seconds. Okay, me and my wife traveling to a little small town in New Mexico, 2 hours away from where we live. We are visiting our grandparents or grandparent, and then we come back around midnight, and then we get to see Skinwalker. The Skinwalker was weird. I don't really believe in ghosts, but this definitely happened. We were driving in one of the highways. It was midnight. It was dark. We see something reflective on the side of the street. We think it's a person that just is walking on the highway, and we were kind of tripping out, like, what's going on with this person? And as soon as we get closer, they start matching the speed of our car, and they are like walking side by side, and it looked like they had like a white cloth around them. It was really interesting. I thought I was the only one that saw it, and then we confirmed from my wife and her sister-in-law, or her sister, sorry, my sister-in-law. They're like, yeah, what was that? And as soon as we drove past them, we looked through the rear view mirror, and then it was gone. We didn't see that, and we believe that was a shapeshifter, somebody that changed shapes, and it was creepy. And I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that.
You know what?
Oh,
I don't.
One thing I don't fully understand about the story. Maybe I just missed something. This was going on, and no one was like yelling or pointing it out or anything like that. Like it was just like everyone was kind of having their own experience with it.
I think it was like maybe it was happening, and you know when something's happening and you're like, I'm not able to register the information that I'm getting in this moment.
So no one's
it was
really saying
like
shit,
that.
and then you're all of a sudden like, yo, did you?
Just
to confirm,
crazy?
Did I see something wild?
That thing running next to that. Yeah. I think that's the case. One, makes sense that happens in New Mexico. New Mexico seems to be kind of a scary place. You know what I mean? In terms of like spookiness. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of lore, a lot of land there, frankly, that is like uninhabited, which I think breeds more of this lore. You know, we're all fascinated by like
because they
places people aren't. You know what I'm saying? I like this.
I don't know a ton about skinwalkers, to be fair. Like I've seen a couple different things, but I don't feel like I know a ton about this whole. What are they supposed to be?
Well, that's the thing. I think skinwalker is almost.
They just don't know, like a Bigfoot.
It's like I don't want to. This isn't what I'm trying to say, but like a catch-all. Like I think it's just like when things are. I don't know.
But they kind of look like humans. Is that the?
I think they can. I think sometimes they could look like animals.
And they can go like fast and stuff.
Yeah, this is freaky. Again, I love when it's validated by a group of individuals, not just one person.
Yep.
Right. And I know the person who sent this in. Pretty sick.
Pretty wild. Wonder why it had like a sheet on it though.
Yeah, I mean that's just, I don't know. This reminds me of a story that I'll tell. Let's wrap up our thoughts on this before we go to the last submission. But I have another story that I may have told on the pod, but it's relative to this. But Brondo, I want so badly to have a weird fucking experience. I want to either see something in the sky or see a thing. I'm open to it, and I've never experienced it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of it. But I would love to have something freaky.
My thing is I don't, because I don't want it to ruin the fun of this stuff for me. And I feel like as soon as it's like, ooh, now I feel weird about it. You know what I mean?
I think about this a lot. Like, would you tell me?
If what?
If you saw something fucking wild?
Yeah, okay, we talk for 100 hours a day. You know what I mean? Why would I not tell that? You know what I mean? Like, why would that be the thing I hold back?
I would tell you. I would call you instantly.
Yeah. I'd call you while it was happening.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Call the cops? You know what I mean? What are they going to do? Ghost bust it?
Yeah.
You know, so I'd just call you because I'd know you'd be on board at least. Like what was going on.
So let me tell you a
story. Put you on speaker with it.
Hey, yo. Wait. So let me tell you a story real quick that's happened to my friend in high school. A bunch of people were at my house one night, and where she lived was out.
No, who lived?
One of my friends.
Okay.
The friend who this pertains to. We're all at my house, and her parents had moved out way out in the country. So it was like a 25-minute drive, but it kind of goes through this area called the Gulf. And it's...
You're not talking about the ping pong table thing or whatever, foosball table, right?
No, is that...
It was scary outside, and they come to pick something up. And
oh no.
Okay, I was gonna say we have done that one a few times. I would say.
No, this is completely
sorry,
separate.
Didn't mean to cut you off then.
Hold on, Abby's at the door. Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
People over my house, and my friend had to go home. So my friend's driving home by herself at night. Has to go through this area called the Gorge. It is a very heavily wooded area. It's out where like the covered bridges are in Ashtabula. It's out near farmland. It's kind of where Ashtabula ends, and frankly, like you keep going, it leads to like Amish country and shit. So it's really remote, really out there. She called me. This was late, dude. This was probably like 1 a.m. by the time everybody had left my house, driving home. She calls me. She's freaking the fuck out. She comes down, enters through the woods, comes down this big hill, and as she's coming down the hill, middle of the night, as her car lights come over the ridge of this hill and is illuminating, there are a ton of children in fetal position up along the side of the roads just watching her as she goes by.
Ew. Maybe you did. Maybe tell me this
I
one
think
time.
maybe told on the pod. She calls me. She swears up and down. She's like, I swear to God, this just happened, this, that, and the other. So just being along the road is an interesting thing. Nobody ever had another experience, but there was always stories of this area. There'd be like a Satanist cult that would sacrifice animals or ghosts, or nearby where there was a massive train wreck in the 1800s that was pretty famous in the area. So anyway, the road thing reminded me, but pretty freaky.
One time, this is not scary. Well, I think I've told the single scary one. A couple. We already went through our scary stories, but I didn't tell this one. One time, I was going to meet this girl that I was like sort of kind of seeing, and like we hung out at work a lot, and you know this was like high school, and we were gonna like hang out for the first time, you know what I mean? So I'm going to meet her at like her house, or no, she was maybe watching somebody's house. I don't remember what the deal was.
Yeah.
So I was going to meet her at this place. And she gave me the directions. And remember, this is like I don't have like it on my phone or anything, and I do realize like this is kind of in the sticks, you know what I mean? This is out there. And that can happen in Indiana kind of quickly. You end up kind of like going out and like, if it's like a farmhouse or something, it's like, this is out there.
Yeah.
And I was like driving by cornfields, which is like a type of road you can do where it's just cornfields on either side, like high. I do not like to go dark to those areas. Dude, it's primarily spider related because there's a lot of those, and it's dark. It's so dark, like you're saying. And this was like just turned evening. Like it was still, you could still kind of see, but it was dark, you know? And I'm going and I'm starting to like go like, I just want to get there because it freaks me out a little bit. And I'm also already in my head going, I don't want to drive home now in this because I'm not going to, I feel like if I don't remember something right or anything, I don't want to, I'm already in my head going, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't want to hang out with this girl that bad.
It's not that important. Yeah.
While I'm doing that, suddenly I'm like kind of like looking at the maps, I'm looking at the thing, and I look up and I see what looks to be like a kid. You know what I mean? Like it was like like a toddler. You know what I mean? And I fucking hit it, dude. You know what I mean with my car. So I'm like, oh, you got it. There's no way. And I was like, it can't be a kid, dude. We're in the middle of nowhere, dude. There's nowhere they could have exited from. You know what I'm saying? And I get out of the car. I'm like, wait a minute. Cause I'm like, I don't want to get out of this car. There's not flashlights on cell phones at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Yeah. So I like get out. I'm got my door open on my like, Cavalier, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm tapping the brakes so I can see it in the light. But remember, it's like a red light.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and I'm like, what is that, dude? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And then I go back there and it's just a raccoon that I got him. You know what I mean?
You got him.
And
was he standing up?
I think what he did was stood up. You know how they stand up on their back legs? I think he did that because he saw me out of nowhere, you know? And I like got so upset because raccoons are cute. You know, it's not like cute. You know, it's not like some dumb bird or something. And I was like, ugh. And then I literally just turned around and went home. I went to my friend's house. Text her like an hour later. I'm like, I'm sorry, I had a weird night. Couldn't get there.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
I did find out ultimately that I was maybe like 20 feet from the house. I didn't realize how close I was to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
we only hung out like one other time after that. Chemistry was not there.
Hey,
and I dug myself a little grave after bailing kind of right away. But it was too much. I didn't want to go and
you get
drive
a point
home in the dark. I didn't know it was out there this far. I hit a kid, you know.
Yeah, no, I got
that ended up being a raccoon.
Yeah.
It was So anyway, all right, let's do this last one.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's BP. This is something that happened when I was around 9 or 10. At that time, my cousins and I would hang out a lot on weekends, mostly weekend nights when our parents would get together for dinner. We would just be playing like N64 or hide and seek or whatever. So one night we're at my youngest cousin's house, who was about 4 or 5 at the time. We're playing hide and seek, and I'm the seeker. So I find the first two pretty quickly. They're both downstairs hiding. So next I check upstairs. Now, because our parents are hanging out in the living room watching TV together, there's nobody upstairs. All of the lights are off. It's dark. So I'm heading up the steps and I hear this sound. This is gonna sound stupid, but it was like a wee kind of siren noise. My youngest cousin had this fire truck toy that if you push the button on the side, it would make a sound similar to that. So I figured, okay, that's what that is. Why is he playing with it? He's supposed to be hiding and it's dark. There's no lights on up here. So that's a little bit weird. So I get to the top of the steps. The sound is still going off and I realize that it's not coming from his bedroom. It's coming from further down the hall, from my uncle's office space that he had. So also pretty weird. But I turn right down the hall. I'm walking down and the sound's getting louder. I get to the door of my uncle's office and I poke my head inside, and in the middle of the room, I see this, it was like an orb. It was this dark orange glowing ball. I want to say maybe like 6 feet above the ground. It was kind of floating and bobbing. And that sound was just really loud. And it was glowing, but there was no light being emitted from it. Like the room was completely dark otherwise. And I just remember standing at the doorway staring at that thing for like a good 2 to 3 seconds. And then I turn around and book it. I'm like, oh, hell no. I run down the hall. I run back down the steps, back to the living room. And I get to the living room and everyone's watching Friends on TV. It was that episode where there's a duck, a white duck. And I remember it being like a slow motion flashback scene where there's like Barry Manilow music playing and some guys playing with a duck. And I remember that scene really vividly because it was the first thing I saw when I got back down the steps. And on the couch, my uncle's sitting and in his lap is my youngest cousin. So no one was upstairs that whole time. I don't know what happened. I don't say anything. I just kind of sit down next to them and watch the rest of that Friends episode. That's the only episode of Friends I've ever watched in my life. And it's I only remember it so vividly because I was so freaked out and I was just investing myself in that TV as soon as I got back down. So maybe a few days later, I went back. This is during the daytime. I check out that office space to see, like, is there something that it could have been? Was there a lamp or a light or, I don't know, like maybe was there a street light that was reflecting into the room in a weird way? But no windows in that room. There's no lamp, no hanging light. I don't have an explanation for it. And it's something that I've thought about for a long time, and I still can't really figure out what I saw.
Okay. Maybe my favorite one. Yeah. To be honest. This is a good one to end on because it's so different. Everyone was so... Thank you for submitting these. Yes. Each one was like its own unique thing. Yeah. Brendan's being by far the scariest. But this one is... Because that's video. This is my favorite kind of thing where you're like... It's not like an obvious... What the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like, is that... alien? Was it just some sort of optical illusion kind of thing? Like, is your kid brain just piecing together wrong things? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I also like have follow-up questions of like, Did it look like it had like weight to it? How long were you looking at it for? Did you feel anything specific when you were looking at it? Did it feel like it was looking back at you?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I like when stuff's weird like that. Not just like, oh, it's like a creepy little girl in the house. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I got to deal with one of these guys. Yeah. This is more like, oh, we got to go back to this and check it out. You know, like, what is that? That's crazy. That's a crazy one.
Yeah, that I like it. I like that it was giving sound.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't emitting light.
It wasn't. He said it wasn't emitting light.
It was light, but it wasn't like illuminating the room. Do you know what I'm saying?
So just like a orange ball.
Yeah. That seemed to be light. Yeah. I don't
even know what to do. Like, this is why it's like, why I like this one so much is like, I don't know how to like unpack that. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? There's no, and it's so strange.
The cousin that he was looking for was downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And like also for instance, like you remember, I remember a scene in The Office or something. If I turned on that episode right after something happened in college that is memorable. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he remembers that it was the Barry Manilow music, this, that, and the other. Like, clearly it was an event that had weight in their life. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if, like, in the moment felt scary or more just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, because that's like there's two different feelings you can kind of have. You know what I mean? Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never even heard of something really like that. I wonder if the person's ever researched it or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever like looked into like, has anyone else had that kind of experience before?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, I'm very interested in a follow up on this one because I feel like this leads to so many other questions of what that could have been.
Bro, I want to go seek these things out.
See, I just don't think that's how it works.
I know.
You know what I mean? I think that's probably a little bit of the problem. If you want it to happen, it's never going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just you're you got the feelers out.
Yeah. I want to experience some freaky ass shit though.
Yeah, it's definitely like that is one of the more unusual like weird things I've ever heard someone like tell me is like story wise.
Yeah.
Just because it's like there's no that could be, and it's weird that it just hung out there. I wonder if these things, these different things that happen throughout people, what happens if fight or flight kicks in? I want to hear from someone who
goes towards it. Yeah.
Someone's like,
I do too. Yeah. I do too.
Because I definitely have a pretty strong fight thing that happens. It's not like it's just because it's just like a natural like, all right, well, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like an immediate acceptance of I'm gone, so I'm gonna,
If we were to go into the woods one of these nights, would you come with us?
I mean, I would rather go to like a haunted thing than go to a woods, to be honest with you.
But not like a manufactured haunted house.
Because the woods scare me in it's not like a Blair Witch situation. It's that I don't want to get lost because I don't want to be in the woods in the first place. You know what I mean? And the fact that I have to stay there longer than the time that was allotted, that scares me far more than any sort of entity.
The inconvenience.
Yeah. If anything, seeing the entity or whatever would allow us to run out of there, which would make me feel better. So...
Story about the woods real quick and then we can wrap up because I know we've been going for a minute. We got this thing we got to do right after. Me and my buddies out by the Gulf, out by where my friend saw the kids, we would go have this thing that we called Adventure Time. We would do it in the nighttime or daytime. If it were nighttime, we would wait until 2 a.m. Everybody would meet up at my buddy Mikey and Dylan's house. And then we would go out through their backyard, walk a quarter mile through the woods. It would lead down a hill to the river, and then we would just go up the hill, down the hill, up the hill, down the hill, just walk up and down the river. Probably 4 or 5 of us this one night. And a couple of us were on this one section of rock, and a group of people were ahead. And we'd come up on this rock, bro, and straight up come to the top of the rock. There was probably somebody 10, 15 feet away just standing, silhouetted by like moonlight.
Ugh.
It was not part of our party. And we fucking... cook. We take off, and then that was it. Like there was a parking lot, no car ever pulled away, so I don't know what this person was doing.
Yeah,
but
weird.
Anyway, then Thank you for sending this in.
Yeah,
BP, everybody else is sending it in.
Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, this is fucking sick.
This is a podcast now I'd listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have to do this again sometime because it was very fun, and it like thank you for everyone that submitted like you said because they were all like so good too. Which is I figured we'd get some duds in there, and those were all great. So,
so good.
Yeah, this was fun. We'll do it again soon. Happy Halloween to all who celebrate. We will see you back in November when we get back here.
Yes, sir.
And you feel good? You got anything else you want to say? Keep an eye out on new arrivals. Pre-order's already closed. If you missed it, we could probably get another couple in there. So you could email us in a worst case scenario. Yeah. If you got this far, we'll accept it because you're a pod listener. Just tell us you heard it on the pod.
Yeah, no problem.
What else? Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, if this inspires people and you want to do a part 2 to this, we'll
please send us more stories.
We'll do it again.
It doesn't even have to be in October. We don't care.
Yeah.
So,
we'll just do it. We'll just do a November spooky season. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. And see you later.
Peace.